season.
Baby, 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 baby. Baby, baby, baby.
New Year, same old Danny. Yeah, you better sing. We starting this podcast right now? Guys,
Yeah.
we're back.
Yeah.
Callbacks are back.
Yeah.
It is
Si
your
se
white
puede.
co-host, Sam Salem.
Si se puede.
And that is your Latinx
Yeah.
co-host. That is Danny Sellers that you hear. The one and only.
Yeah.
Can you introduce me to your mother?
What?
Danny Sellers, aka Lil Dan, aka.
I'm in no position to be
Dan.
anybody's mom right now. If you introduce your mom right now in January 24, come on, baby, stop.
You're trying to meet somebody's mom.
Not January 24. If you're like, hey, mom, this is my friend Danny, that's crazy work. Because who am I?
Who are you?
If I met somebody's daddy right now, this is 31-year-old divorced comedian. Who's this nigga you brought in my house?
This is off to a
Samantha.
This is off to a weird start.
There's gonna be a white lady. That was his name.
Shout out to white
I
ladies.
should make white people jokes this early.
We took a little sabbatical for December.
Shout out to the black ladies too. I love y'all.
Shout out. Speaking of
Black ladies.
yes, on a previous episode, you were talking about the black flight attendants of Atlanta.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
And I had a connecting flight to the Dominican Republic through Atlanta.
Yeah.
I've never seen a plane boarded faster.
A thick destination too. A lot of cakes up at the destination.
A thick destination is a crazy statement to say. We are 2 minutes in on the first
we've
podcast
been gone
of the
for
year.
a month. You think I'm not gonna get bits off at a professional clip?
That's fair.
Little babies.
Also, I think black people should exclusively
Go to jail.
Why would you do that? I think black people should exclusively be in charge of TSA.
Yeah. Bro, especially early in the morning when they don't want to be there. Because the thing about the TSA is this. It's one person that knows they got a good job. It's the only job they can really get that's going to have this type of benefits. They feel like they work for the government. So it's like, this is my job. I'm taking this serious.
Yes.
It's another kid that's actually not signing you in, but they're by the metal detector, that they're about to get fired next month because they're going to fail a drug test. And then it's an old black lady that this is her third career. She needs to make it work because she wants to retire before she's 70. So that whole combination of niggas pretty much make the worst possible experience ever. So if you don't have TSA PreCheck in the year 2024, you don't love yourself. If you fly more than 4 times a year, it's worth the $80.
And actually, a little hack on top of that is for $20 extra, you get global entry.
Yeah.
And look, coming back from the DR in Atlanta, it was about anywhere from a half-hour to 2-hour line to go back through customs. TSA PreCheck, I just walked up to a camera and smiled, and they let me through. It took 5 seconds. Get your TSA get your global entry.
This podcast is brought to you by TSA PreCheck, the home of the brave and anti-terrorism.
Okay, sure.
Sorry, dog.
But that I also went through customs in Atlanta, and all the people working TSA, there were so many people that were holding up the line, and the black people working TSA simultaneously roast and are professional at the same time in a way that white people could never.
100%. Boy, I know you ain't. You might as well take them off. You don't need to be wearing them anyways. Like, oh yeah, take that belt off. I know you got that belt. I know your pants too baggy, son. But take the belt off.
Yeah. So shout out all the black TSA workers.
Shout out to Atlanta Thick. Man, you was probably had your head down the whole time too. Like, God. Please.
One more time, I'd just like to say shout out to the black TSA workers.
Well, explain this fit you got on, because I feel like you really put that shit on low key without even warning me, and it's kind of pissing me off.
I mean, look, it's a little rainy day in LA today, but I'm always dripping.
Shout out to Denisha behind the boards. I'm gonna ignore that police level response.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I just put on clothes.
Start put that shit on a lot. I see you.
Yeah, I mean, if you
just buy that,
if you want it, no, I've had this I've worn this once before.
Not on the pod though.
Not on the podcast, but I mean, if you want to see some fits, photo dump of my Dominican Republic trip. It's just some good fits.
Okay.
I just want to say.
You had a couple of joints on there for sure.
Not little. Not a couple.
Big joints. I'm not going to, I mean, big joint sounds crazy.
Yeah. They call me saying big joint. Okay. One of our most consistent, loved segments, 2024, Danny. Let's start off the year right with a trademark Danny Sellers 2024 mental health check.
What's up, little babies? We are back mentally aware and stronger than ever. My mental health this week feels like a 4:30 team meeting that could have been an email.
Preach.
I'm busy. My life feels like a bunch of busy work right now.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be able to leave for the day and chill. Real quick, let's have a team meeting real quick and let's just talk about strategy and finances.
Finances. That's how you know you got a white boss. Finances.
Yeah, it's crazy. I just feel like I'm doing a lot of just work. And I was signing up for healthcare this past week. This is boring, but old people stuff. And I'm a freelancer, so I got to do the whole whatever independent shit. Anyways.
Yeah.
And
what is it? California Cares?
Yeah, something like that. But you have to tell how much money you make, huh?
Yeah. Well, you have to say how much you make, and then they give you a rate based off that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I made so little money, bro, this year to be so busy.
Yeah.
It legitimately bothered me for like a full day.
Yeah.
Not trying to be funny, it legitimately did.
I know. Me and my wife went over expenses, and I totaled up my money. And I mean, look.
You did the little for the bills, put your little $20 in like that. Your grandma give you $20 for Christmas. Here you go.
Just emptied my pockets. Look, shout out. Hey, 2024 is the year of the house husband.
Yeah.
So get you a woman who makes all the bread. But I was like, damn, I might need to get a summer job.
Oh yeah, because school is about to, I guess, well, we're in the middle of school year.
No, I know. I'm just saying, but after that's how dire my contributions. Hey, I got a few brand partnership deals. But yeah, it's a little crazy.
It just reminded me going into the new year. It reminded me as we're in the new year that I have to really prioritize advocating for myself in all ways. Rates, time, projects, whatever it is. Just always speaking up for yourself. And I think people are listening similarly. Like you have to always be speaking up for yourself, because especially in this town, but even just in the world, people will take from you what you give them. Mm-hmm. And they'll squeeze as much out of you as they possibly can for the most part. But your loved ones and stuff, that's kind of different sometimes. But strangers, coworkers, associates, whatever, people in your network, so to speak, they're going to take as much as they possibly can from you most of the time.
Yeah.
So if that's the reality, then you just have to be cognizant of that and just be advocating like, okay, I deserve this much money if I'm going to do this thing. And if not, totally fine. Somebody else that's a little bit not as far along in the process might be willing to do this, but I can't because I can't afford to do this shit.
Y'all better have those pen and pencils out.
Yeah.
Be taking notes. Danny's dropping knowledge. I'd say my mental health, if I can give one, is my college debt is paid off.
Oh, nice.
But it's because my mom died and it was all in her name, so it got discharged.
That's not funny. That's crazy.
So, I mean, at least I got something out of it, but it was not worth it at all.
Oh, my God. I used to have this joke about white people getting rich when somebody dies. Like, oh, Pop died. And they just like inherit a massive piece of like money. Get life insurance, black people, for sure. But yeah, shout out to you. My stuff was paid for when I graduated, but
nice. We all can't be D1 athletes.
I mean, I wasn't that good, but I was good enough to go for free. It's also National Signing Day when we record this too. Shout out to everybody living their dreams.
Oh yeah, shout out all the D1 homies and non-D1 homies, NAIA homies.
Yeah, everybody. I think it's signing day for all levels of college.
So it's just the two Midwest boys here, no guests.
Yeah.
But we will our callback for the day. We were gone all of December.
Yeah.
Okay. So the callback that we're starting out with, we're gonna play a little game with you called That's So 2023.
Shout out to That's So Raven too, by the way. Doing your thing.
Shout out. Remember that episode where they did the fat shaming episode where she gets a cover shot on a magazine and then they like they edited her to be skinny, and she was like,
I don't remember that, but it sounds like some shit.
Not in That So Raven's America. It's powerful stuff. It stuck with me. I don't know why I brought this up. Okay, continuing on. Okay, I'm gonna name 2 things that happened in 2023.
Okay.
And you tell me which one is more 2023.
Things that happened in 2023, and then what's more.
It's gonna be 2 things versus, and it's just pick one.
Gotcha.
For no absolute reason at all.
Okay,
just off vibes.
Nice.
Okay. The Grimace Shake versus Tom Brady officially retiring.
Ooh. The Grimace Shake, I think, because Grimace was social media. That was people like fake dying, the memes, people like throwing up after you eat a Grimace Shake and they're like passed out in TJ Maxx, aisle. Shout out to the Grimace Shake. Tom Brady already retired once. I feel like that's low-key 2022.
I know, but it happened officially in 2023. A lot of people don't know.
Shout out to the Divorce Boys too. Gang, we out here. Too. That's a level. That's a nice.
You see Tom Brady at the group?
Yeah, me and Tom. Tom, how the host treating you? Like, he's like, great. You, I'm like, same, brother.
He's like, we should probably stop calling him host.
Yeah, no, I don't. I know it's funny. I had a show. I have not been doing a lot of stand up. I did a nice little 20 minutes last week, and I said bitch on the stage, but I said like I don't say bitch off the stage, on stage, and I got to laugh. But I really don't. I'm not calling women, B's and H's.
Yeah, everything about you is performative.
B&H, yeah. Shout out to B&H too, official sponsor of Callbacks.
I don't
TSA,
know.
B&H.
All right, this next one, the Chinese spy balloon versus M&M's briefly retiring their spokes candies because they changed the shoes and the people got mad that it was too woke.
The M&M joint was crazy because it's like, who are we as a country? This shit sucks. But I think the spy balloon was funny because we thought the world should have ended that weekend. Like with that spy, I just watched Oppenheimer last night. When that rolled through the spy balloon, they should have ended it. That should have been a nice roll credits on America.
Yeah.
Like, remember the American Empire? Yeah, it was wild. They like ran it up. They had like fueled wars all over the world and shit. It was kind of wild.
They had Fetty Wap.
Yeah, they had Fetty Wap, but it actually ended off of like 4 balloons. It was crazy.
It kind of would have been perfect.
And no one gave a fuck about it really.
Yeah.
Like we talked about it, but the level of stress that should have given us, it was little to none.
Honestly, I hated the Chinese spy balloon. The Chinese spy balloon. I paused on the wrong word.
Yeah, clip it up. You should clip that shit up.
Don't. I hated
I think black people.
Yeah. I think you gotta fix your fucking pauses, dog.
Well, that first pause one was intentional because that was funny. This one, okay,
I hate
anyway.
Chinese.
The Chinese spy balloon, because at that moment in my life, I was going to a lot of open mics and I just had to hear a lot of bad comedy about the Chinese spy balloon. It was like bad.
We should end bad comedy too. I hate bad.
Yeah, we're leaving bad comedy in 2020.
That's 2022, bro. Fuck.
Okay, this next one, which one's more 2023? When Jill Biden kissed Kamala Harris's husband on the lips or the big red boots?
Ooh. I forgot. I didn't realize the big red boots were 2023.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest moment because I think that's when sneaker culture hit kind of like a standstill of like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like sneakers have kind of, in 2023, it's really been the year of realization with sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of content with sneakers, too, because sneakers are like, a lot of mid has been coming out sneaker-wise. And those joints, the big red boots was just like, all right, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
But Mischief, who made it, the company who made it, I think they're cool because they kind of make fun of a lot of the stereotypes and like.
Yeah. It brought a lot more sneaker culture awareness to like, the Pop-Pops and Mimos. Middle America.
Yeah.
The Muumuus and Peepees.
What's your favorite shoe of all time, sneaker?
My favorite shoe of all time?
When that came out this year.
My favorite shoe of all time is probably the one that dude threw at George W. Bush.
Nice. Only in America.
My favorite shoe. I think you've asked me this before. In terms of, I think people kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
By overusing, but like the Jordan 1 just is like just an easy classic. Yeah. Like it's just like
you have a specific colorway or like specific one. Mine is, I think my favorite probably is up there is the Jordan Union ones with the red and the blue.
Yeah, those are really good.
Those are like I want those shoes in a bad way.
I think mine's the black Air Force One. I'm gonna keep it at that.
Ooh.
Okay, 2 more. This one is Battle of the Mids, Donald Trump mugshot versus Be Real.
Donald Trump's mugshot for sure. That's the
I think it didn't hit as hard as it should have.
It should have. It should have hit way more.
Like I mean, he should have been like, I don't know. It just kind of was way too mid. It should have been him like not even smiling. It should have been him like, I don't know, like winking at the camera or something like that.
He should have leaned into it for sure. It was like weirdly off center and like his only showed his like ears and up. It was kind of weird.
He was trying to be too much of like a tough boy, and it's just like, come on, Donald.
Yeah, he should have given him a little smirk or something, a little vibe. He might. Do you think he wins this year?
God, I hope not.
He'll at least be a top 2 Republican for sure.
I think he's the leading candidate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least top 2 Republican.
I mean, yeah, we'll,
Shout out to politics. Shout out to the world ending. This is it. It's been real, y'all. Peace.
Both of us will be able to run for president next presidential election after this one because we'll be 35 by then.
What you think what's your policies?
Don't scare the hoes.
Yeah, 20. What's it? Not 4, but 8. Don't scare the hoes. That's honestly, whoever runs on not scaring the hoes will win. Will win.
Sorry, Dad. I know you're listening and you hated that I said that, but I love you.
But he probably would agree. Danny, he's like, look, okay.
Yeah, it's just more like just be like a pleasant person. Be regular. Yeah.
The hoes aren't just the hoes. Sometimes the hoes, it means the hoes. Sometimes the hoes are whole countries. Sometimes the hoes, in the economy. The hoes can be a lot of different things.
Yeah. All right, the last one, we got Threads. Remember when Threads was a moment?
That was a hot moment.
Threads versus Rihanna showing that she was pregnant at the Super Bowl halftime show. A lot of people don't even remember that happened in 2023.
I might have to go with Riri specifically because a lot of the shorties were watching the Super Bowl, watching Rihanna, and the Super Bowl just happened to be that same night.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, and I think the performance was a little underwhelming because she was pregnant. But
you heard it here first. Pregnant women are underwhelming. Growing life inside themselves. Producing the miracle of life Danny's underwhelmed by.
I thought it was a phenomenal performance.
Hey, putting on a concert in front of millions and millions and millions of people while sustaining human life, pretty underwhelming if you ask Danny.
Couldn't be me. No, a lot of people thought it was underwhelming. I thought it was great. I think people were expecting like Beyonce level dancing and all the kind of theatrics, but she was stationed there doing her thing. It was dope to see her perform.
So it wasn't Beyonce level. You have to pit a black woman against another black woman.
Of course, Sam. I am DJ Black Academics. This is my look. I in 2024, I need to get famous by any means necessary, brother. So if I know
that's why I'm worried about hanging out with you.
Yeah, I'm about to be fresh and fit, Joe Budden, and I'm about to
be your sacrifice to the algorithm.
I'm an AI, your voice, all kind of crazy.
You're gonna deep fake me into saying racial slurs or something.
Why not? I make the clip.
I don't even know why I just gave that idea out into the public.
No, I think Rihanna was dope. I just think not that many people talked about the Rihanna thing after as much as I thought they would. Her performance. Like when Beyonce performed, I think to me, because that's also one of the all-time best Super Bowl performances ever, up there with like Prince. People didn't talk about the Rihanna one as much as in recent years. So low-key might give it to Threads. Because Threads was like, broke all these records. We thought we were on this new like social media frontier of getting, followers and all this kind of stuff. And then it, literally within like 45 days, it was the fastest growing app ever.
Yeah.
To pretty much being irrelevant within the quarter, which is insane from a technical standpoint.
That's true. Sorry, I was looking up who's performing in 2024 half full. It's Usher.
That's an all-time performance because he's a performer. Usher performs. And it's in Vegas too, I think.
Have you seen that clip where...
Is it in Vegas, Denise?
Yeah, I think so.
Have you seen that clip of Usher and Michael Jackson on stage together and Usher like holds back a little bit to let Michael Jackson do his thing?
Is that you and me?
Yeah, I'm always holding back.
Are you Michael? Are you?
I don't want to compare myself to either of those strong black kings that I have a lot of respect for.
So. Media trained Sam in 2024. That's good.
Except for when I pause on words.
Chinese. On these of all of the Chinese. Go ahead, finish what you're about to say.
No, that was my game of 2023. Is there anything you would like to shout out from the year 2023?
Sam, don't
Putting you on
ask
the
me
spot.
that because I'm gonna say something insane, and I'm trying to be a better person. Bro, 2023 was a wild. It was the.
What were you gonna say? Your marriage?
Yeah, yeah, Sam. Actually, that was exactly what I was gonna say. No, bro. Yeah. Shout out to that whole thing. That was weird. What was that hangover? He was like,
I was feeling quirky. What if someone was like, what was with that whole marriage thing? I was feeling a little quirky.
Yeah. Crazy, huh? No, bro. Literally, that whole thing was crazy. Moving to a new home. Fucking pound for pound was wild.
Oh yeah, you shot a comedy special in 2023.
Pound,
Still run up those numbers. YouTube,
yeah.
Danny Sellers, pound for pound.
Pound for pound was one of those things where it came up out of nowhere, but it felt like it still was a long time coming.
Yeah.
And I think back sometimes like what it took to even just do all of that work in like a little time and like juggling multiple jobs and trying to do the podcast and everything. I'm like, it was a crazy time.
Yeah.
And I feel it now. Like I'm definitely exhausted a little bit. But yeah, I think 2023, if I had to like put a bow on it, it was just like a year of kind of, to my point earlier, self acknowledgement, self promotion, just prioritizing myself, prioritizing my dreams, prioritizing my vibes. Like I found myself like at work and like on these different job sites and shit. People are like, "Oh, you took that really well." Like, after the fact, say like something happened or whatever, and I was like pissed off in the moment. People would be like, "Oh, you took that really well." I'm like, "Yeah, I was pretty upset," but I'm realizing like I'm doing the small things to help my mentals. Like before, I think me, it was like I'll just work out and like that's all I need for the day to kind of like get my frustrations out.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm going on more walks. Even after I get the gym, I might sit outside on the sun on my porch just for a second just to relax, not rush into the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll listen to music in the night if I'm like editing a bunch. Like I'll get up and take little music breaks when I'm editing or just the small thing. I might like that Andre 3000 album. I play that a bunch. It's like all flutes and stuff. I'll play that at the end of the night or I'll play that, whatever. Had sex to it. It's amazing, but I've also done it. It's a good coochie album for sure. It feels kind of animalistic a little bit. Have you heard it? Have you heard it though? I didn't say if you had. Have you heard it?
Yeah.
See, you okay? I could get some vibes to this. You thought about it at least,
Danny. You've now ruined.
You've heard it at least.
You've ruined.
It's a vibe.
You've ruined the album forever.
It's butt naked music, low key. You're not supposed to wear a lot of clothes and listen to that shit. That's like walking around the house, cleaning, meat swinging.
I want to ban the phrase meat swinging from this podcast.
I'm in my home, I pay rent, I'm gonna have my meat swinging in the crib.
Yeah, you don't got to say it on a microphone.
Why wouldn't I? Why else were we here? To have callbacks? To entertain? No, but yeah, I think 2023, on the serious note, was a year that I learned a lot about prioritizing myself. Because, not to get too serious, and I'll get off of this, but it's like, I had the relationship thing that I had to kind of get myself in a different position from. And then you kind of put yourself into the work, and you realize in work, you have to also self promote and self just be mindful of yourself in even those spaces too. It's like in all these different facets of my life, I feel like I was kind of just compromising a bunch and not self-promoting myself.
Yeah.
When now going into the next year, I realized like you have to always be selfish within what you want to do, how much money you make, who takes up your time.
I don't even think it's selfish. I just think you like you said, you just have to put value in yourself because us both doing stand-up, like there's times where I do shows and they're like, okay, we'll charge $30 for a show. I'm like, that's too much for a ticket to see me. But then it's like, well, actually, I mean, I need to eat too. Like, you just gotta, it's not being selfish to like set the price at like a fair wage to yourself or whatever it may be. So I don't even think it's categorized as being selfish for you. I think it's just,
I guess I also don't feel like selfishness is a bad thing. I think it has a negative connotation. Condensation is wet. Selfishness is wet. But
Danny, what are we talking about this album again? What's happening?
Brother, I took 2 puffs of a fucking vape. I'm buzzing.
Drugs? All right. Before you start saying more crazy stuff.
I haven't said, all I said was meat swinging and...
Then that's enough. And that is
not
enough.
That crazy.
That is enough.
The parents and grown people that listen to this podcast, they walk around the house butt naked if their kids aren't around.
Yeah. Sure. They just don't say on mic meat swinging.
They don't have a microphone. If they had a microphone, they'd be like, yeah, dog, on Sunday nights, my meat swings before work.
All right.
Go ahead. Sorry. What's the next thing?
Our second to last segment that we're going to get to is I'm bringing blank back to 2024. What are we bringing back in 2024? You know, we were talking about sneakers a lot. They're retroing.
Yeah.
They're retroing a lot of sneakers. They're bringing back a lot of fashion trend. Baggy jeans are back.
Yeah.
I saw a kid wearing etnies. You know what those are? The skater shoes with the E on the side.
Yeah.
He was wearing like Jinko level baggy jeans with some etnies. And this was a school in the hood.
Nice.
That's crazy.
You know what's so funny too? It's going back to clothing, and then we'll get into the thing. There things happen in phases, and I remember growing up in the suburbs and like wearing like Aeropostale, Abercrombie, and the Skater joint DC shoes, and like this is early 2000s.
Flat ironing your hair.
Could you imagine if I had the flat iron joints playing football, running routes and shit with a fucking bayang on my joint, like. Not the bayang. Going for 100 yards receiving with the bayang, like emo on the bench, like, oh, well, they don't have 120 yards. But then, like shortly after, a lot of black dudes was wearing the Aeropostale and the tight, was it the shell necklaces and shit?
Puka shells.
Yeah, all that stuff kind of happens, and I wish I would have kept that stuff. Only thing I found from my childhood that I'm happy that I kept was an old Jabot t-shirt.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like it's the brand of African Americans, especially in the South of like the early 2000s, late 90s.
Can I wear it?
I mean, if you found some Jabot jeans right now, I would be proud of you for wearing it. You could rock it for sure.
That means a lot to me.
Remember like LRG and like Echo and all that shit?
Yeah. Remember Supra shoes, the Sky Tops? We are not bringing Sky Tops back in 2024. That's like the Mitchell Musso Disney Channel.
A lot of stuff is coming back.
Yeah. Okay, so this is our segment. What are we bringing back in 2024?
First thing is the streets.
We're bringing back the streets.
We're renewing it for another season of the streets. Another season of Danny in the Streets for sure, Bubba.
It's never for sure, Bubba.
We're bringing it back, bro.
Yeah, the streets that
season 2.
It's never going out of style.
Season 2 of Me in the Streets. Why not, dog?
I love that for you. I'm bringing back in 2024 white boy saying beast.
Like what? Oh, he's a beast.
Like I walk into your apartment, I haven't seen you in a while. What's up, beast? Yo, that party we went to last night, that was so beast, bro.
That sounds kind of racist a little bit.
Yo, that's swag. We're bringing beast back.
Beast is, I mean, I support you. I think it's disgusting, but I support you.
Yeah, but it's like kind of like we're not being ironic because we're so ironic. It's just like, what's up, beast? Yo, that was beast.
Beast is
crazy.
You
got a new Dodge Charger? That's so beast.
Beast is crazy. I don't know if I remember Beast.
That's because you weren't a white kid in the suburbs of Minneapolis in 2011.
That's also
we were saying beast.
Yeah, I was not saying that ever.
Speaking of white kids in suburbs, another thing I want to bring back is the song Closer by the Chainsmokers.
How does it go?
Good.
Let me just look a little clip.
I was doing just fine before I met you. I drank too much and that's an issue. It was okay. So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover. You don't know that song?
Please.
This is like, Tanisha, you know this song?
I've heard it. Don't know the words, but I've heard it.
I want to definitely try on like Aeropostale.
This was like the biggest song in like 2016.
I definitely want to like make out with a white woman to that song.
Yes, we're bringing back Closer. We're bringing back Closer.
You know how many people have made out? White people made out? There's millions and millions of white people. This Mono has been created off this song for sure.
Probably.
That's crazy as hell.
All I know,
a lot of sick days off of Closer,
is when that song was out, I had way less problems in my life.
Yeah, because you were 14.
I had never had COVID at that point. I had never lost the will to live.
Remember COVID when the world almost ended too? That was crazy too. It's been a lot of moments for the world to end, and it's just like, why is it still going low key?
I mean, Yeah.
The season of the world should have ended after the COVID. That would have been a nice little write-off. Okay.
After the COVID, you really are an old pop.
Yeah.
Okay, what's another thing you're bringing back in 2024?
Original algorithm social media.
Timeline, chronological timelines.
Yeah. I know this wasn't a 2023 thing, but we got to go back to like.
No, it doesn't have to be 2023. Yeah. This is what you're bringing back.
We got a retro. We got to do retro Instagram.
Yeah.
Chronological. You see the home. It might have a little explore page for the vibe. Sure, you can find little IG models, whatever. But we need to bring back original timeline Instagram. I'm sick and tired of it.
Tell me you have no followers without telling me you have no followers.
I'm
just kidding. I hate when people use that.
But
we're leaving that phrase, but tell me without telling me. I'm leaving that in 2023. But I'm down with the chronological OG algorithm.
Yeah, there's a little bit of spice of math, but not like crazy. It's really algorithm based now. Before I had a little bit of discovery. You can find stuff here and there, but nothing crazy.
Because my algorithm is just all like Bleacher Report NBA posts. And then like maybe one stand-up comedian, and then it's like I got to scroll for 7 days just to see my sister post pictures of my nephews.
No, sometimes you have to just Google or not go search the specific person just so they get back into your algorithm.
Yeah.
Like I'll see somebody get tagged in another friend. I'm like, oh, what? Like, did I unfollow them on accident?
What are they?
And they didn't. But sometimes you have to like show the app that like I kind of still care about this person and go on their page for them to show. It's insane.
Yeah, let's bring it back.
Remember the feature where you could like see who liked what pictures
on Snapchat?
On Instagram.
Oh yeah, on Instagram it would like literally. Was it that on the Discover page or that was on?
It was back when like you could see your likes and like your notifications on the bottom.
Yeah.
And like you would click it, and then I think you swiped over, and it showed you like what your friends liked and like what your.
I forgot about that on Instagram. That I remember.
Like early.
Yeah, it would literally. Yeah, you had your notifications, and then you had what people were liking.
Yeah,
and that ended a lot of. Ended a lot of relationships.
I remember that on Twitter still has it. On Twitter, you can still look at people's likes. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, Doc Rivers learned that lesson the hard way.
I know, that's crazy. Yeah. But like also,
if you know, you know.
TV now, so it is what it is. Yeah. Shout out to OG social media. Snapchat with the top 3 joints. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, showing your best friends.
Yeah, that was a great time.
I'm bringing back in 2024 mom made pizza roll type memes. Remember when memes were just not that good?
Yeah.
I think memes have become too advanced. Unpopular opinion. Yeah. I think memes are too funny.
Yeah. You just need to.
I think memes are too creative.
Favorite meme out there right now, that was the Kurt Angle joint. When he's up front of the house, Kurt Angle, the wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
He's just like staring at somebody, like this weird, chaotic face.
Yeah. I think memes, honestly, the memes are destroying the fabric of society.
Yeah.
I think that's just too interesting, too creative. I think back when memes were a baby making like a fist going yes, and it's like when McDonald's threw extra fries in my bag and people were like, repost. That's back when you could go outside and make eye contact with people and say hello.
That's so funny. Make eye contact with people is hilarious because that really truly is a thing that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, memes are just too good. And then the last thing I'm bringing back in 2024 is being emo. Mom, it was never a phase. Yeah, we need to, honestly, I think the whites need to more songs of, because tonight will be the night that I will fall for. We need that back.
Yeah, y'all do. I feel like the last thing I'm bringing, this is boring, I guess, but like self-creation. You know, I'm serious. I'm serious us out. Sorry, brother.
You got real.
I'm going through a life crisis. But no, I really do feel like self-creation is like, it's big 2024 energy.
Amen, brother. We're doing it independent.
Sorry, that's not cool for you.
Labels wanted my name by the X like Malcolm.
Okay.
Why?
This is a crazy moment.
This is, we're back, man. We're back in the studio.
In the fabric. New Year's resolutions. New Year, who me?
Yeah, did you have resolutions for 2023? And did you?
Oh, did I have them for 2023? I mean, going into the year, I don't know what I expected going into the year, to be honest. I mean, I can't remember. I didn't write them down this year. But I feel like the biggest thing was I wanted to get a certain level of established financially. And if not financially, at least also creatively. And I think at least the creative part I've done I've done the best I could this year.
Yeah.
Special, the jobs that I've worked. I don't know under circumstances if I could have done any more, to be completely honest with you. I think stand-up took a little bit of a hit this year. Not that I didn't grind my ass off and put something out.
You put a special out.
Yeah, but I feel like if I was really in a great place elsewhere, I could have done more stand-up. I could have traveled to do stand-up more. I could have went to New York a couple of times. I could have really done some shit. I think that would have progressed me a little bit more.
Yeah.
What about you? Going in last year?
I think I don't have any specific resolutions. There was I wanted to perform. I think I wanted to perform at venues like the Comedy Store, which I did that technically, and I wanted to be able to have an opener take me on the road, which I've done that. So I think there were some cool things. I think also both of our not to really just overhammer these, but since you going through a divorce, me going through watching my mom have brain cancer and die, I think that derailed a lot of stuff. So I think for 2024 it is, look, I like to do bits on the podcast, but in all seriousness, I think 2024 is okay, I just went through the worst thing of my life. So now 2024 is going to be let me really focus on the grind of stand-up, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
I think people that listen to us, they appreciate us and the funny shit and the real stuff too. And one thing I've realized through this year is you have to heal your brain a little bit. I'm a pretty tough person. I can get through a lot of stuff. I've been through a lot of stuff. But I've noticed my ability to do work has diminished a little bit because I'm just at the point where I need a break. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think acknowledging that and being okay with that is the first step of not losing your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Because the moment you try to act like stuff's okay and it's not okay,
yeah,
I think that's when your brain reacts more to I should be okay. I'm not. What's wrong? And it's trying to find the solution to why stuff's fucked up.
Right.
But when you know it's fucked up, you just live in that messed upness. It's okay, cool. This is the stink of it. This is the hurt of it. And let me just live in this until I can find a way out of it. But yeah, so going into this year, now that we're here, bro, I think the biggest thing for me is just self-creation, but also just resting when I need to rest and being very within my body of all right, bro, just lay on the floor for a second and just listen to music and close your eyes between editing or a meeting or something, or go on a walk or work out more, or the things that really make me feel better and don't give me anxiety. A lot of people probably say I need to be in therapy, and I'm not. But those things help me a lot.
Yeah. And for those saying he needs to be in therapy, then pay for it for him.
Yeah, please.
All right, before we get out of here, I feel you've kind of dropped a lot of isms, but our favorite ending segment.
Go ahead.
It's Life Lessons with Danny, a.k.a. Danny's ism.
My ism My ism this week, short and sweet. And this, once again, I'm kind of being very not as funny this episode, but a lot of people aren't that smart. They just have money. I was on Instagram or X earlier, and they were talking about Bird, the scooter company, going out of business, and Spotify laid off a couple thousand people this year at least. All these big companies have kind of laid people off or whatever.
Which is classic profits are record high, and then we're laying people off.
Yeah.
Money, Spotify.
Right. You just overhire to kind of get these crazy results, and then you just cut the fat at a crazy rate.
Yeah.
And it just shows these people aren't that smart, or they're just super selfish, and they both could be also true. But all these companies this past couple of years post-pandemic, right during the pandemic, people were crazy hiring or all these layoffs. It's you're not. I guess I'm saying this to say people that are listening, you're also smart, and just because you don't have $1 billion doesn't mean you're not a brilliant person.
Right.
You just don't have the access just yet.
Yeah.
To do the stuff you want to do.
Yeah. Just stay in your lane. You might be smart at one thing, but all those billionaires, I would just like to say, this is not a sports podcast and no one cares, but the Minnesota Timberwolves, we're recording this a lot earlier, but at different parts throughout the season so far, they've had the best record in the league, and they're the worst sports franchise of all time winning record-wise. So I just want to say, we're bringing Timberwolves back in 2024. We're winning a championship, baby. All my Minnesota homies.
Shout out. Anthony Davis's baby mama.
Anthony Edwards, but yeah.
Edwards, whatever her name is.
That joint was crazy. Send a video.
Yeah, send a video is crazy. Hey, look, don't text anything you don't want to be seen in the world. That's my real ism this week. Don't text anything that you want the world to see because it's going. If you're a little bit famous or plan on being famous, it's going to get out.
The digital footprint is crazy.
Voice memo
with a voice changer on.
Yeah.
Please take the player beat right now.
That's crazy. Hey man, these kids are different.
Do you have a 20? Do we already do 2024 predictions?
Ooh, prediction
for yourself
before we get out of here.
Let's do a little.
I predict that me and you are gonna have a huge falling out.
Nice. See.
What are my predictions? This is unplanned, so I don't know if I have anything. Predictions for myself. I think my social media is gonna pop off to another level, probably because you're gonna edit something in a way that looks like I'm saying something crazy, and I'm gonna get canceled for it.
That's a must.
That's a prediction for me in 2024. I also predict a student is gonna film something me doing embarrassing without me knowing it and post it to the internet, and then people are gonna be like, "Hey, isn't that TikTok teacher guy?" And then it's gonna go mega viral.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Those are my two predictions for myself. What about for you?
Just like in the corner eating by yourself, crying a little bit or something.
Yeah,
look at this loser ass man.
It's like me trying to film content in secret in a classroom with no kids in the classroom, and all of a sudden one walks in the door. It's like, "What are you doing in here? Why do you have a tripod?"
That's tight. You just doing dances and stuff by yourself.
Yeah.
Crying. I can't get it right.
Exactly.
Mine are broad. I think I'm going to make something this year that actually changes my career.
Amen.
Whether it be something that I self-produce or a gig that I get. So I think this is a year that I like something's going to change for me professionally. I think personally, I'll probably make a connection with somebody and catch a vibe. But who knows? The streets are, look.
Strangers in the night, exchanging glances.
It could also be season 2 of the streets for sure. A full season of season 2 of the streets.
I would love that for you. And I would love to be here to document it along the way. I don't want to document it, but I just want to hear like the Dear Diary type stuff. Guys, also, listeners, we're back. Yep. Give us your New Year's resolutions. Yep. New year, same old you. At Callbacks Pod on Instagram. DM us or at callbackspod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Not just callbackspod@gmail.com. Email us your resolutions.
Please, baby.
Anything else you got to tell the people, Danny?
Hey, man, we are back, baby. Thank y'all so much for the love and support through the holidays. Your boys had to take a little break, but we are here and ready to pod and have jokes. Thank y'all so much.
Share this. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We love you. I'm Sam. This is Danny. Get on stage.